Anthony Edwards is one of the best players in college basketball. But where did this guy come from? And today, I'm just here to explain to y'all his story. So what's good, y'all? It's Matt LBG. The LBG stands for Let's Be Great. And we are back with another story video. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, leave a like for more, and without further ado, let's get into the video, man. Anthony Edwards is currently playing for Georgia and he's balling out. And even when this guy was in high school, he was regarded as one of the top players as well. But he hasn't always been at the top. So let's throw it all the way back to where things started. He grew up in Atlanta and he was known as the Ant-Man. Edwards' father gave him this nickname when he was only 3 years old. And when he was growing up, he wasn't a dominant player on the basketball court. He was actually the most dominant kid on the football field. Yeah, so when he was growing up, he was actually a football player. He mainly played running back, but he also played quarterback and cornerback as well. But it did not matter where this kid lined up because he was pretty much unstoppable. And when he was growing up, he looked like the next big thing on the football field. Edwards even goes on to say, "I could have been a professional football player." I don't know how true this is, but according to Edwards himself, he was the #1 running back in the country at age 9 or 10. But when he reached about age 10, that's when he switched over to basketball completely. And you're probably wondering, yo, why did he quit playing football? Well, that has a lot to do with his older brothers. He wound up stopped playing football because he saw his older brothers playing basketball, and he goes on to say, "I thought it looked more fun." He fell in love with basketball in the backyard of his grandma's house. Because in the summertime when he was growing up, that's all they had to do was go outside and shoot basketball. He used to go out there with his brothers and just play all day until the sun went down. And one thing that really motivated Anthony Edwards is that he never won, and he started to get fed up with it, and he was like, one day, I'm going to beat them. And some time passed, and when Edwards got into 9th grade, that's when he was finally able to beat his brothers in basketball. At the same time, ironically, that's when he started taking basketball really serious and to another level. This is when he started having his own training sessions with his personal trainer. His trainer even told him if he could learn how to shoot, he's going to be the best player in the country. You already know, since this guy played running back and he has the size and the body of literally a running back in the NFL, he could get to the goal whenever he wanted to. But one thing he just really needed to do to bring his game to another level was develop a jump shot. And he did just that. To start fixing his jump shot, they started every workout with 80 shots right in front of the rim. And when Edwards was training, his trainer didn't even let him shoot a 3 for the entire year of training. He even told him, if you can't get the right rotation on the ball close to the rim, I'm not going to bring you out. And quite frankly, he's right. Why would he bring him out to the 3-point line when he can't even shoot mid-ranges right? But the summer going into his sophomore year, he had really big expectations for summer basketball. This is about the time where Edwards really started putting himself on the map. While playing on the Under Armour circuit, his bread and butter was still driving to the basket, but he could shoot a little better, and it was noticeable. But one thing that was really noticeable too is that he was just way stronger and faster than all of his opponents. And when Edwards was an incoming junior, he averaged 21.4 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and nearly 2 blocks per game in the summer basketball league. And he got to where he could hit his shots consistently. He shot around 54% from the field and 38% from 3-point range. That's a huge improvement. And when it was all over, he was named the league MVP. And like I said, all those stats was when he was an incoming junior. So he still had time to improve. And Edwards was literally a beast, and he wound up reclassifying, which I think is very smart. And ultimately, he had offers from everybody, but he's from Atlanta, so you already know where he chose to go. He decided to play his college ball at no other than Georgia. Anthony Edwards has went through a lot of stuff, and he's not shy to talk about it. He even goes on to say, "I feel like I grew up at a really young age. I feel like I already went through stuff that makes me feel like I'm grown up." He just feels like he owes it to people that helped him to help them out. This includes his mother, who actually passed away, and my prayers and thoughts go out to Anthony Edwards and his family. He even says, "I work 24/7 so that they can stop working 24/7. And let me just say, for a kid that is this young, that is so mature of him to even think of. Edwards says, "I feel like nobody went through what I went through, so me feeling like I'm grown up now, I feel like I already went through stuff that makes me feel like I've grown up. That's just another stepping stone in life." I know that quote was kind of long, but that's the raw and uncut quote from Anthony Edwards. I kind of get the feel that Edwards was really born for this moment. He's kind of like a superhero, like his dad always called him, the Ant-Man. When he was born, he was basically destined for greatness, whether it was in football or basketball. And after years of just grinding, putting in a lot of work in football and basketball, his moment is here. Currently right now, Anthony Edwards is a freshman at Georgia and he is having a great season. He's averaging 19.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Just as a freshman in a tough conference, that's outstanding. Oh yeah, I gotta throw this in. He's doing it at a very efficient rate of 41% on all of his shots. And if y'all are wondering, his three-pointer's pretty solid too. He's shooting exactly 33.3% from deep. If he can just keep that above 30% and keep the defense honest, he's more of a slasher, so that's his game. And if he can just keep shooting the 3-ball the way he is, he's going to be fine. A lot of people do not understand how built this kid is. He is 6'5", 225 pounds. Just as a freshman, that's a beast. This guy can get to the goal at will and whenever he wants, and it shows. He is for sure going to be a lottery pick, but I definitely think he could be a top 5 pick if he keeps improving each and every night. But hey, that's just something time will tell, and as the season goes on, we will just have to wait and see. If anyone's destined for greatness though, it's definitely the Ant-Man. So keep your eyes open. But hey man, with all this being said, that's about gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. If you are new to my channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. Let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.